What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Promo Rights, and welcome back to another reaction video. Today, we are going to be checking out, once again, Port Zero has come back, and we expected this. The only thing we didn't expect was a lineup to be this disgusting. This, so far, is my favorite lineup of the whole batch. When you have an artist lineup like Autumn Hate, Achios, Hamro, Deviate, Mob, Nerve, Conceptual, Madcore, all in one compilation. No disrespect to the names that I didn't name, but I don't really listen to them as much. But when you have still like a really good lineup like this, including the artists that I did not name, right? It's disgusting. And you have to just take in what's happening here. You know, this is the most hype I think this community, especially the rhythm scene at least, has been in quite some time, because these are all mostly rhythm artists, right? I mean, Achios can make more than rhythm. I've seen Astrod make some tear out, but like, you know, it's still kind of in that realm, right? But for the most part, rhythm is their main structure. So, and that's what this compilation's most likely going to be. I've obviously heard Shipment 1. It was pretty solid. I still had some songs that I had a lot of takebacks on. But when it comes to this one I'm way more excited about. I mean, just over the lineup alone. These songs could all be garbage, right? And if they are, then obviously, A, we're gonna have problems. B, I'm gonna call it out. I'm gonna be like, why are all these songs sucking, okay? Like, that should not be happening, okay? Especially for me. Like, Madcore is a GOAT for me, all right? Deviate is becoming a GOAT for me. Achios has always been very solid. Hamro is a quarter note rhythm GOAT, okay? So, obviously, you know, when I'm looking at this lineup here, Autumn Hate has fantastic songs, right? The list just keeps going. So, I really, honestly, just want to get into this, all right? I just want to dive right in, because there's going to be a lot to talk about with each of these tracks, and I'm excited to hear it, all right? So, we're going to start off with, hopefully, an absolute banger here. Autumn Hate and Vile. Holy crap. Vile is what is looked to be an Autumn Hate, like, alt project. I think it's for, like, maybe more simpler sound design and just flow. Maybe, I don't know if I'm fully accurate on that. But it definitely feels like a side project. It probably is. I don't want to 100% confirm that, because you know how people can be with side projects, and, you know, you say it's an alt of someone and it's wrong, they're gonna be like, actually, this is incorrect. You're just incorrect. That is not that. How dare you? You know. So I don't want to immediately assume that, but I think it is. But let's start off with a banger here. Abominio by Autumn Hate and Vile. Let's go. So we got the blue waveform today. Good old Autumn Hate intro with the rave stab. Kind of old school too. I love how deep those drums sound. Just like really solid layering. Have I heard this? I think I have heard this. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I have. Ugh. The mixing is phenomenal on this. As of so far, there's not really any change happening to the actual one-shot. So it's starting to fall, the sound itself is starting to fall a little flat. I'm surprised at that, because Autumn Hate's usually really good at that. You know, there's not even anything as simple as pitch modulation, you know? It's just the shot just playing regularly throughout the whole course of the drop, which can easily make it repetitive if you're not doing too much to it. I like the fills though and stuff. It did actually at the end there fall a little flat, but it starts off really strong. But you gotta just, you know, you gotta keep it going. Okay, there you go. That's kind of what I wanted to hear. Okay, there is a questionable, like, stale feeling going out through this track. It's It's easily not either Autumn Hail or Vile. I know they're separate projects, basically, right? But it feels like neither of them really went above and beyond in songwriting in this track. It feels overly simple when I've heard tracks like Rhythm Joy Anthem, which is my favorite Autumn Hate song still to this day. And, you know, that's where like a track goes above and beyond for that. Like there's beautiful variation, but it's still like it's catchy. It's not overworking anything. And it just has the right amount of energy. This just feels really also held back. I like the clean like sound design and stuff, but I don't feel like it's going anywhere. I don't feel like we're moving in the song. I feel like it's just kind of just staying in one spot, and it's not moving forward. When you hear certain sections, you don't want it to go too long because then you don't want it to get too repetitive, because then that can reduce the replayability of the song. So this kind of felt a little flat for me, but I have heard this live before, and I'm sure it goes off, but it's as a songwriting in whole, it definitely kind of falls a little flat, unfortunately. I do got to keep it 100. All right, that's what I do here. I'll keep it 100. Let's go on to Nexus. Who, man, this is an artist. This is an artist who I have some very strong opinions on when it comes to the music. He has made a couple decent songs, but he has some horrendous songs as well. I'm not holding back. Eyes, and I think there's another song, and I know they're kind of old, but still, like, they're on a level of like sustain where I just D1 hate. I am on elite level of hating when it comes to those kind of sustains. Let's see what he has here. It's 5 minutes long. Is it the longest in the yeah, it's the longest by a mile here. Roaches. I don't like roaches. I don't like bugs. I get kind of hypersensitive when I see stuff flying around me, and that's like little shitter bugs. Just, I don't know. So I already don't like the name, but again, let's see what he has to deliver here. I already do like this sound design, this intro here. Like in the mysterious aura. Very ominous, no pun intended. Jesus Christ. Okay. I was jump scare. I'm already questioning these textures in the background. I don't know about that. I like the flow. Okay, this part's a little better. Sounds a bit cleaner here on this part. All right. Kind of 50-50 on this. I definitely don't hate what I'm hearing, but I don't love it. I mean, it's pretty mediocre. I can appreciate the unique sound design here, though. I can appreciate some of the risk taken here because I can hear some weird textures going on in the background. Oh. Okay. Okay, this drop is better. I'm just noticing the offbeat sub. It's falling like a couple grids behind the one shot at points. Okay, that's not good. That's not good. Don't do this shit, bro. It just overdoes it. It overdoes it way too much. Yeah, this part is totally fine though. There's a little in the back. That's pretty cool. The atmosphere is done pretty well here with a lot of distortion on it to just keep up with the space. It's not his worst song by a mile. It's pretty solid. There's just a couple sections and just a couple things that I had that I didn't care for, especially the really spammy section. Was that eighth notes? Is that eighth notes? Correct me if I'm wrong, but it just the really fast. It just did not work for me. I usually don't care when it's done that fast. The flow's done that fast. I like to, feel some control in my listens, especially to rhythm. I like when the sound has as much detail as possible, and it's just kind of, just like the more bouncier flows, especially, and it can't be as well done when the flow's that fast. But it didn't last very long, so I'll let it slide. There was this surprise drop here that actually now come to appreciate, especially now that's my first listen is done, so now I expect it again. And it almost reminds me of Dre, but I think she actually has buildups. It's still kind of unexpected, but I mean, this just was, I mean, we had a vocal and then it was straight to that. No, I don't think there was any risers or any effects that helped us lead to the drop, but sometimes that could be really cool. It's not necessarily like UK, because I think he gives us a moment of like silence and at least tension, just to, something else in the section is happening. There's a section that's coming that's different. This motherfucker did nothing. He just boom, So it can be well done, and I think it was all right done in this. Overall, I think the track is just very 50-50 for me. I don't expect myself to come back to this, but I do appreciate what he's doing here, and it does sound like Nexus, so I will give him this track. So yeah, all right, pretty all right. Next one I'm very curious about. I love me some Rhythm Achios, especially back in the day. Flopmouth with Terra, still, or is it Farah? Terra or Farah? I don't know. But it's one of my favorite Achios tracks still to this day. I love when she does rhythm. I'm cool with her doing other things, of course, but Achios and rhythm, that's like my favorite part of Achios. So she has some very, very, very good rhythm tracks. So I'm excited to hear this. And it's also with Mythum, who I've never heard of before. So here we go. The song's called Whiplash. Already, a little bit of old school sounds in here. Little triplet kick coming up.
Drop and have your face flow.
Oh, Bills can make or break a track, fam. Oh, I feel like that's Achios. I don't know where Mythum's part plays into this, but I'm enjoying this. Oh, good old ear candy. I love that. I'm a big sucker for ear candy. Yes. Okay. I'm not a big sucker for these kind of sustains and then the triplet flow, but I'm appreciating what's happening. It's really well written. If you're a sucker for that kind of flow, and this definitely has like an older school feel to it, man, you're gonna love this track. And it is really well done. It is well done. I love the fills and the ear candy stuff. I mean, that's man, it just doesn't get old. Like, it's just, the possibilities are endless with that kind of stuff, and I'm glad that's imported into here. It kind of has a new school factor to it. There's an extra wonkiness to this one shot. Yeah, I like this part. And then just the offbeat fills to catch you off. Okay, I did not expect it. What? Oh my, and just a solo clap too? Oh yeah, this is, okay. I definitely like the second drop better. Oh, wow. I mean, that's just well done dubstep, man. Like, whether it's your thing or not, you have to appreciate what the time and effort that they put into this track. Because they, I usually do this too. Just copy and paste the B section from drop 1 to drop 2, right? I'll admit, right? You guys listen to my tracks. It's more of a common thing than not. But I do. So when I come in and I hear a whole second drop B section where usually the care is less, right? Because it's near the end of the track. Clearly that's not the case here. They go in and they put extra spice. They just say fuck it, like nasty, almost Deviate kind of sound design. It reminded me of Deviate a little bit. I'm not calling her Deviate, but like reminded me of him a little bit. But just that nasty sound design, just that grimy stuff that we weren't hearing from the rest of the track. We were hearing mostly just like regular wonks and then some cool fills. But that was cool. That was a really like new school lift to somewhat of an old school feeling track. So when I hear that at the end, I like it. I like it a lot. This could have been an easily boring track, especially if it's just that same flow, the well. If that, man, it could have been so boring, but it wasn't. And this is what I appreciate about Achios, is the tracks are never boring. Whether I like them or not, they're not boring. Mythum, whatever you did in this track, I appreciate it. Maybe it was you in that B section, the second drop. I don't know. All right. If you guys find this video, please enlighten me. All right, because I would love to know. So shout out Mythum and shout out Akios, because this is my favorite track so far. I think it's the best executed, and it shows. It shows. We have my goat, one of my goats. He has been killing it for a couple years now, and he's a cool dude. He brings the energy, it shows. I see his clips on Instagram and stuff, with the freaking pink cowboy hat, right? So, and he's back with Zay. I don't know if this is the track he sent me on stream, because it's a different name, but let's find out. Fade to Black. Oh, man. Okay. It's a gangster intro here. Just the energy. Oh my god. Oh my god, I missed this, bro. I'm getting huge South Keys vibes, but this is kind of what he usually does. It has yet to fail me yet. It has yet to fail me yet. There's an aura in his music. So when it comes to simplistic tracks like this, if that sound design is not hitting, it's done. It's not a deal. But when it's hitting, you've got it. And that's more so for me. I don't know how other people feel, because they might still go and say, oh, this track is too simple, right? It's just too boring. And that's understandable, because it is a very simple track, right? I don't know what he does to it, though. Because you can almost compare it to the Autumn Hate track 1. Because the variation didn't change too much, but like, he does something to it where it's still interesting to me. It's gotta be a layering thing. It's gotta be a layering. You can hear the levels of like of layering, and then there are some little ear candy stuff going on in the back. I mean, it's just simplicity done at its best, in my opinion. That's why I love Hamro, because it's just so easy to listen to, but it's still really well done. And it's just that sound design, just that nasty layering of sound design, almost mechanical-ish, but there's a swagger to it that I like. It's not like over robotic or anything, but man, he's just him. he's just him, man. Yeah, I love me some Hamro, man. It's just a fun time. It's just a fun time listening to his tracks. All right, this one I'm very interested in, because I don't know if it's from Fever Dream. I don't think it is, because you can see all the track names. I don't think it's from there, but I have no idea where this is coming from. Conclusion by a guy who needs to release more music, especially the newer stuff, because he could easily be Artist of the Year in that case. Mr. Deviates, the one and only. Let's go. When it comes to depth and mixdown, this is the guy. This is the guy that you're looking for in the future. That vocal sounds familiar. What the fuck? I've never heard this. What? What is happening? Oh my god. Oh, you just have to take, I can't say much, because I feel like I'll miss something. And it takes a few listens to actually catch everything. And that's why Deviate is who I like to call the future. No one is doing it like him. Whether you like him or not, whether you like his music or not, nobody's doing it like Deviate. That was nasty. Where is this track coming from? I've never heard this one. Okay. God, the mix down. The clap. Okay, he's just having fun here. I'm not as into this drop as much, but the crunch, but it's clean at the same time. It's addicting. It's an addicting, it's addicting mix style to listen to. I don't know how he does it. I really don't. That's ridiculous, man. I mean, is there any more else to say? Is there any more else to say? He's one of the rare guys. I don't know if this is Glaze, but this is one of the rare guys. And I mean, this is coming off of, you know, just a couple, like, this is his first release, right, after Fever Dream. And, you know, this could easily been on that Fever Dream mix. It would have fit right in. So I'm surprised it's not, but it's fine. I'm glad it's kind of an element of surprise for me, because this is still on that level, like, of the Fever Dream songs. So I'm happy with this. So coming off of that Fever Dream mix, I'm like glazing this guy's sound design, but like this is the level that he's been at for a little bit, but now he's always been very good, but now he's getting elite. He's getting scary. Like he's starting to learn, he's starting to create his own lane. When a producer does that, you just have to give him props. You just have to give them props. Because what they're going to do is everyone's going to start, or there's going to be a line of producers that are going to want to try the same thing. They're going to want to try to figure it out, okay? Space Laces, biggest example, right? There was a whole trend going on with the Space Laces crunch method. We have Units with McRonald's. I like some of his songs, but I'm not like a gigantic fan of him. But hopefully I'll enjoy this. McRonald's is a very interesting name.
Drop it like it's
okay, classic pre-drop. Some more metallic, old school sound design. Okay. Kind of what I expected, but all right. Not bad. I think that one shot is very mono, so it kind of ruins the immersion for me. It doesn't make the track as exciting. That like delay and stuff is very stereo. Yeah, this part is just not interesting. It's just too weird. It's not interesting to me. Yeah, I mean, especially that B section, it just... The more I listened to the song, the lower my enjoyment was, unfortunately.
drop it like it's
I think it's literally just a copy paste, man. That's disappointing. That's disappointing as hell. But I'm not gonna say that I didn't expect it from Unit. I don't know what he does usually. I can't tell you. But I've definitely heard better tracks from him. And this one isn't really. It's just not doing it. It's just not doing it. There's nothing very exciting going on about it. The sound design is all right. At least when it started, when the track started. But you just get more and more into the section, and I just enjoy it less. You know, that more sustained kind of thing, just is kind of the nail in the coffin. I'm not ever going back to this track, most likely. We got Mob, who I've been loving his stuff. I did enjoy his Roundtable EP. I really enjoyed his showcase. So hopefully this is from that new showcase. But let's find out. Noise. And we have the same birthday. Fun fact. Or I think it's a day. He's a day before mine. Let's go, Mob. Let's go. Let's hear it. I love that pre-drop. He's able to get away with this super high piercing sound design because he just completely pushes the sub as far as it can go. So it's just super clippy. And he does a really almost like Square 4 weird hybrid. It's really strange, but like in a really good way. Okay, just gotta end, just no vocal or anything. Okay, yeah, this is mob, man. This is mob, and I'm all for it. I said, "Are you ready?" I mean, pretty simple track. I don't know if it's an exact copy paste from the first drop, but it is definitely similar, which I was a little disappointed by. But when it comes to mob and the fact that I already do like the idea, kind of same with Hamro, I might have to let it slide a little bit. But would I be okay with him doing more? Absolutely. Would I encourage you to do more? Absolutely. Or just something a little more variating. I'd even say the same to Hamro. I did still overall enjoy the sound design. There was a flaw that I found personally. I don't know if I'm just tripping, but the cymbal is like really hitting my left ear, and it just kind of fell off in my equilibrium. I don't know if that's just me or if that was done on purpose or what, but again, I love how he has this really just nasty frequency shifting metallic, but like in a weird Square 4 hybrid. I think it's done in a really interesting way. Personal by Nerve. I like Nerve. I can like Nerve. I can not love Nerve's music, but for the most part I do like Nerve. So it's probably gonna be the loudest track on here. So let's see what Nerve has for us today. Yeah, wow. I think I know this one too. Oh my god. I'll have to turn it down a sec. I have to turn it down a little bit. How do you get tracks these loud? I just don't understand. At what point do you say stop? You know? I love the background elements, and that just kind of pushes that main sound to be more disgusting. Like the high end is a little too high though, but I think just because the track is so loud overall. I can barely hear myself talk. Drop it. Just nasty, disgusting distortion throughout that whole track. And I mean, it's what Nerve does best, so I'll take it. Definitely I'm not used to the level of loudness that Nerve has been bringing it up to compared to some of these other tracks on here. I think the high end though did stand out a bit too much, especially in the drops. I love the pre-drop. Fake out. I think that's the first one we've had all day. I love that Nerve is not afraid of just pushing the loudness as much as possible, and I think in a way that's how they stand out for sure. And I mean, whether you like it or not, I think it is, again, it's a way to stand out. And I think it's decently mixed as well. I think the high end is a little killer, but that's about it. But again, that's just how loud the song is too. Like, you know, you got to turn it down a little bit, and then it's fine. You know, you're good. I almost have my volume at max here, so. All right, I'm very interested to hear this next track. Conceptual is another alt. I believe it's Kenodo's. People were like, who is this Conceptual person? And it's good that Conceptual is on here because I think it's a very interesting side project that Kenodo does. I think it shows even more of what he can do, more than what he already could do, right? So Haven, let's hear it. How weird are we getting? How weird are we getting this time? This is really pretty already. Oh, wow. How is that kick so soft? Ow. How is it soft? How is it so, like, sitting nicely in the mix? And everything else around is just full on disgusting. I will never understand, Kenoda, how you do that. I'm jealous. Holy cow. I'm not a huge fan of, like, really slow, almost tear-out-y kind of tunes, right? I know it's a little different than that, but it's still, I still got the same feeling of, like, I don't know. But the mixdown is great. If I were making this track, I would have added something more melodic, like kind of going through it, just to give it something a lot more fresh. I think, I'm not saying that what's happening here isn't super fresh, because it is different, but I would have wanted something a little more different, is all I'm saying. And y'all know me, I love the combination of melodic and like super heavy. Or just like kind of glitchy and heavy. Maybe we get that here. I don't know. Nope. Just even more fuzzy. Holy cow, that one shot is crazy. My God. I mean, it's got some storytelling going on. It feels like a movie for sure. World building, which I think Kenodo's also really good at. I keep saying Kenodo. It's conceptual. It's conceptual. Stop saying Kenodo. It's not a Kenodo song. It's a conceptual song. Well, it's conceptually well done. Again, like, you know, I do appreciate the writing that's happening here. I didn't care for that sustained sound near the end. But overall, I mean, I did still sit here and enjoy this track. The song kind of speaks for itself, though. It's nasty. And it just kind of gets you in a weird, it just kind of gets you in a thinking mood. I'm very, very interested about this next one. My goat, Madcore, is here. And I know he's been on a big Square 4 run recently, which is a little disappointing in my eyes. Like, I think he does have some decent Square 4 songs. But, man, is he just a better artist when he goes out of his way to do more unique sound design? So, I'm worried here because I hope it's not just a boring Square 4 track. I hope there's something unique here, which he can do. He's done it multiple times back in Full Flex Audio and even a couple other labels. He's dropped so good songs where it's like that grimy, plucky sound design that made me love him. So, man, I don't think we're getting that here, but let's find out how he accidentally sawed a woman in half. Love the titles. Good riser. Strings with tension. Okay, well, there's the pre-drop. Oh! 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 See, yes. This is what I'm talking about. I love the little stomps in the back that just give that energy. There's a really nice call and response happening here.
Master the swing.
Master the swing. Come on, man. There you go. I mean, this is what I wanted. It still feels like a Madcore track. Especially with the drums and just the stompiness, the grittiness. We got some like more performing instruments, like some strings. There's a little violin as well, or something like that, or a brass. There's a horn as well. Oh. Oh, I love the melodic tone here. And I do appreciate the unique flow here. I don't like how it's cut in half, though. You cut the second drop in half. In half. He accidentally sawed a woman in half. He also accidentally cut the drop in half. What if the drop is the woman? Huh? That's something to think about, isn't it? That's something to think about. Well, we're on the final track here. And it's Astaroth, who I've understood him. I've recognized him as a talented producer. I don't think a track of his has really stood out for me yet. But here's another chance. Evil Rhythm.
died a hero and lived long enough to become the villain.
Is that Soldier 76? It sounds like him, but I don't know. Okay. Wonky stuff going on.
You want something done right?
You gotta do it yourself. It is Soldier 76. Hey! Soldier, he was my first main in Overwatch, so it hits the heart really well. I'm not big on the sound design, though, I'm afraid. I do appreciate the decently unique sound design, though. Not really piquing my interest, though.
I've died a hero and lived long enough to become the villain.
Can't stop.
Woo! Lucio! I knew it was coming. The sound design,
Respect.
it's not my favorite, it's not my favorite sound design, though. But I'll let it slide this time. I feel like there's gonna be a funny outro. Okay, never mind. I lied. Wow, okay, comp is done. Let's talk about it. Do I like it better than Shipment 1? I'm gonna have to say yes. I think there were more enjoyable songs in here. I think it was more consistent too than Shipment 1. I think, you know, at first I was like, oh, I'm gonna like this better because the artists are better, but like, you know, they showed out, they did their thing, which I expected. I mean, I gotta give my favorite to either Hamro or Deviate. 100%. I mean, they've been killing it, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to Akios, shout out to Mob, shout out to Nerve, shout out to everybody else on here. I mean, but those are my top three. I'll go Deviate, Hamro, and maybe Akios. I did enjoy that track. Maybe Madcore too. I don't know. Top two though is easily right now Deviate and Hamro for sure, 100%. But the rest of the tracks, you know, they had their solid points. Some takebacks too for sure. But I'll give Shipment to the top spot right now. But guess what, guys? We have a whole entire other compilation on the way. I have to figure out who's on this thing. I know Joe B is. Excuse me. I know Joe B is on it, but I gotta see who else. So according to this list, let me see if I can create. So I'm just gonna name off the artists that have not been on a comp yet, on a shipment yet. Infekt, Baw, Roy, Molly, Van M, Joe B, Dasim, Duffy, Shark, Nyroscade, Claybrook, and Dustmate. That's 12. So shipment 3 gonna have 12 tracks, or I might have said one by accident. Was Dasim on Port Zero shipment 1? No, he wasn't. So we're probably gonna have, unless I did my math wrong, we got a pretty solid lineup for shipment 3. I'm excited for Decimates. I'm excited for Claybrooks. I'm interested to see what Nyroscade is gonna do. Other than that, I don't know who else I would be excited for, to be completely honest. Well, okay, well, Joe B, obviously Joe B. But yeah, that's probably it. I mean, Shark could do something crazy, or Shirk, I don't know. But it'll all depend on obviously how the songs themselves are. So again, I'll give this one the top right now. It's not easily better than Shipment 1, but I do think it is overall better. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you all for Shipment 3. All right. Shit. My mic got muted. Bye-bye.